if people knew what I knew, both candidates in the presidential election would have to step down.
All right, so this clip's from the Joe Rogan Podcast 2375, where Joe's hanging out with Tim Dillon, and you already know when those two get going, it's gonna get wild. They start bouncing around from the DC Madam story to Jeffrey Epstein's tragic end. Missing footage, shady phone calls, all the stuff that sounds like a movie but somehow happened in real life. Tim's throwing in his classic skeptical takes. Joe's digging for the truth. And together they're just peeling back layers of all these strange coincidences and cover-ups. It's one of those conversations where every detail makes you question what's really going on.
Right. You can intimidate DAs.
Right. Or you can just whack people.
This is a Vice article from 2017 about the DC Madam I found earlier, and I thought this was interesting. They tried to bring the info out later after she had died already. Yeah, and her attorney said the records could impact the presidential election.
What?
The Supreme Court denied the applications. And
Wait a minute.
They tried to FOIA the FBI, IRS, and the Postal Inspection Service since they were involved too, because it was a mail thing. She was in Northern California, and they barely sent any info.
And so this was in 2000 what?
17.
Wow.
I think that's when the article was.
There's no presidential election.
Supposedly Jeffrey Epstein said to his brother or to someone, if people knew what I knew, both candidates in the presidential election would have to step down. That's a quote. Jamie can find that.
Wow.
Now they're jumping to Epstein, and man, that quote is chilling. If people knew what I knew, both candidates would have to step down. That's been floating around online for years, but there's no verified source. Still, Epstein definitely had connections with a lot of powerful people. Trump, Clinton, Prince Andrew. So people connect the dots and fill in the blanks. The whole situation with his tragic end in jail just fueled the fire.
Wasn't he on the phone with his mother, in quotes, before he died?
Who?
Epstein, in prison.
What?
They said he was on the phone with his mother for an hour.
How's he get on the phone while he's inside the jail?
His mother's dead, too.
Was the thing real about the trust of all the money?
Wait, what are you saying? His mother was already dead?
Yeah.
Before that?
Yeah.
So who's saying that he was on the phone with his mother?
So maybe he was on the phone with someone else.
Yeah, but there's a lot of misinformation that gets attached to true stories to make the stories goofy. Well, this is the whole Comet Pizza thing.
Disinfo.
Yeah, this is the pizza.
Something's weird with that, though.
Oh, fuck yeah, something's weird with that.
Why is a pizzeria? I saw that.
Yeah. What?
The documentary,
fuck?
Right?
Yeah. Just the absolute facts.
It's just a summary from AI, but...
unmonitored phone call to a girlfriend, though he told prison staff that he was calling his mother, who had been dead for 15 years. Key details from the report include the call was a violation of policy on the evening, excused himself from a meeting with his lawyers to make a call. You could just make a call in prison?
These are all questions
I thought you have to wait in line for the phone. The Office of the Inspector General found that a supervisor at the Metropolitan Correctional Center in New York allowed Epstein to make an unmonitored call, which was a violation of the Bureau of Prisons policy. Deception was successful. To get permission for the unmonitored call, Epstein told prison staff that he wanted to call his mother, who had died in 2004. Instead, he called a girlfriend. The call was not properly logged or recorded. How convenient.
Nice.
The call's content is unknown. Call was unmonitored and unrecorded. Investigators could not determine its content. Oh, why would you determine the content of a guy who's involved in the most high-profile investigation?
Okay, this part. The phone call thing. Epstein supposedly told guards he wanted to call his mother, but his mother had been gone for years. Turns out he called a girlfriend, and it wasn't recorded or monitored, which breaks all the rules in that prison. That's not normal. Inmates usually wait for the monitored phone line. They don't just walk off to make private calls. So this unrecorded call? That's suspicious as hell. And the fact investigators couldn't find out what was said, that's just one more missing piece in a puzzle that already doesn't add up. Honestly, it's like they wanted to leave room for mystery.
They had to get rid of him. There was no way to keep him around. And if he is still alive somehow, I don't know where he is, obviously, but there's a possibility he's at Wexner's compound.
And then there's a fucking guy that he was sharing a cell with.
That guy, creepy guy.
Gigantic, muscular guy who killed a bunch of people.
He could have killed him. They might have killed him. They might have killed him. But there are tapes, I think, that are missing a minute. They're missing time.
Oh, they found the new minute today. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
The missing minute, they conveniently found it today. Did you hear about that, Jamie? You didn't hear? I'll send it to you.
The missing minute.
Yeah, they found it. They know where it is now. So
well,
no
now
worries.
Now it's good.
Yeah, I had heard that they knew where it was the whole time. They didn't want to. Here, I got it up, Andre.
You got it?
Here they're mentioning the missing minute from the video footage. Apparently, a key minute from the surveillance tape outside Epstein's cell was missing and then found later. That just keeps happening in this case. Missing evidence, delayed reports, inconsistent timelines. And every time something new pops up, it makes people trust the official story less. I mean, how do you lose footage of the most talked about prisoner in America and then conveniently find it later? Even if it's innocent, the optics are terrible. It fuels every theory about him being killed or quietly moved somewhere.
They knew where it was the whole time. They just didn't want to tell you. Release of missing minute of Epstein video contradicts Bondi's camera stop recording. Oh, no. Contradicts Bondi's claim. Video taken outside Epstein's cell on night he died as part of new materials released by the House Oversight Committee. Why do you have that new minute set aside? What's that?
It's a new minute. It's Kill Tony. You got to do a new minute. It's Epstein's new minute.
Man, by the end of that conversation, you can really feel how deep this stuff goes. Joe and Tim do what they always do best. They toss around ideas that most people are too nervous to even bring up. Not to push a theory, but to show how messy and confusing these stories get once you start digging. Between the DC Madam, Epstein's strange final moments, the missing footage, and all the weird coincidences, it's hard not to feel like there's more under the surface. Honestly, that's the thing. It's not even about believing every conspiracy. It's about noticing how often powerful people end up at the center of strange accidents and oversights. The unmonitored call, the missing minute, it all just stacks up in a way that makes you wonder who's really pulling strings behind the curtain.